this first Giuliani study uses the technique of playing PIM together. So this takes all the things we've talked about so far and just does them simultaneously. So if I have the thumb set up on the 5th string, I and M on the top 2 strings. So just as we discussed, I and M are going to follow through into the hand like this. In fact, all the fingers follow through uniformly into the hand. Thumb plays to the tip joint of the index finger. So all together looks something like this. So I'm getting a little bit of kind of pushing into the string just a little bit, making sure all the notes ring out clearly. So it's kind of this squeeze motion of the thumb and index and middle squeezing in together like that. So I'm going to play this first Giuliani study. I'm just going to do it on the open strings and not worry about the left hand for right now. And so what the thumb's going to do is it's going to move from the 5th string to the 4th string, 3rd string, and back to the 5th string. And I'm going to do that twice. So it looks something like this. So if you notice, I took plenty of time to make sure my fingers were planted on the strings. Every motion was followed through, where the fingers going in towards the palm and the thumb squeezing in together. It took time to plant on the next set of strings, played, and moved like that. So I would take plenty of time as you go through this to do that planting, do a full follow through, and set it back up for the next arpeggio. And one of the most important things I'd like to talk about right here is that no matter where your thumb goes, the index and middle should always be curved over the string so that the motion that you make with the thumb does not ever affect that position. So for example, so as I move from the 5th string to the 4th string to the 3rd string, and then especially back to the 5th string, you want to make sure that it happens from a stretch between the index finger and the thumb. What can happen sometimes that you want to avoid is the thumb reaching back and it affecting the position of the right hand. So now that you would either have to turn back like this, or you would play at a faulty position with I and M. So this is something you want to focus on, not just here, but for all of these following arpeggios, to make sure that I and M always stay curved over the string that they're playing on. So once again, I'll go over this. So we have thumb on the 5th string. I'm going to play through with the thumb moving just as in the Giuliani first arpeggio study, but without the left hand. And one last element that you want to focus on while doing this is making sure all the notes ring out evenly and clearly. One common issue is that the index finger gets a little bit chipped and you don't hear it at that note as clearly. So you want to make sure that all notes, so including that B, are ringing out clearly. Sometimes you'll hear more of the thumb and the middle finger than the index. That'll be something like, you don't quite hear it as clearly, but make sure all notes are heard clearly like this. So that covers the right hand for study number 1 of Giuliani.